Alright, so now we're ready to go ahead and start modeling our character. So you don't have to do what I'm going to do. I have this grid here. You can keep it. I'm going to go ahead and remove it because it's kind of, bothering me a little bit. So if you want to remove it, you can go up here. There's a little grid here underneath panels. It's already selected. I'm going to go ahead and click on it just to remove the grid. So it's a little bit easier for me to, view things. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it on my front view. Go ahead and find this little grid here. Go ahead and click it off. If you want, make sure you can always click on your reference images and in your attribute editor window here that, if you have it open or on the side here. Definitely want to increase the color offset if it looks too dark on your window here. And again, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the grid here. So we're properly setting things up. Again, control save. Another important window you're going to want to have is your outliner. If you don't have this outliner open, you can just definitely go to your windows and click on your outliner and it should bring it up. And what outliner is essentially like your layers kind of example, like in Photoshop you have layers or things. This is kind of similar to that. It has different things to select as well. Like I have my image plane 1, image plane 2, and again you can always rename these. You can put like front view. Side view. Definitely important to have, just change to keep things more organized. So there's certain approaches that you can take to modeling this character. I'm definitely going to do this in different, segments. Like depending on your character design, this character is kind of like scaly. So I'm gonna have to do certain more objects, but depending on how your character is, if he looks more like one solo creature, like in a certain body, you can just use like one, from scratch, like starting like one little square or whatever. So for me to get started, I'm gonna click on the square here and just going back to your other views by clicking shift and directing your mouse to whatever window you want. It'll be good to make that a habit to know how to press your space bar to bring up your different window views. And if you don't have that, definitely go to your left sidebar here and click on the 4 squares to bring it out. Then just go to your view you want, then just press space bar. So definitely get used to pressing that space bar quite a bit when you're building out your character. So there's different approaches to building this character, but another thing to keep in mind is you want to keep a bit of symmetry in the beginning to building this out to make your life a little bit easier. So let's say you have this box here, and we want to make sure we keep the symmetry when we're gonna build off of it. You want to make sure to go to your symmetry. Let's see if it lets me. Yeah, go to your symmetry. Sorry, I had to move my window out the record controls up here. And go to Object X. I click Object X because it's gonna allow me to mirror from the X side. Based off of how we set up our scene, mirror X, it'll be what we will use. So since if you're gonna go doing this approach of a square, like you're following me, I'm just gonna make these little adjustments in our attribute editor here in our side window. Having the your cube selected, you can go to your attribute editors, and you want to make sure you go to poly cube 1 if you start with the cube here. Define these little settings here. So I'm gonna go ahead and increase the polygon count of this by subdivision width 2, subdivision height 2, and the depth 2. So just go from 1 to 2 here, and that should be enough for us to start, extracting, what we call extracting, like pulling some of these faces out to build the character. So now that we have that ready, let's go ahead and see where this is starting. So I want to go ahead and start, placing my square, like the base of it, to where, like, I guess the base of this character is going to be. So I'm on the side view. I'm going to go to more of this chest area. And I'm just going to go ahead and just get an idea where to start placing this. And I apologize if I'm going too fast on the different views. I'm simply going space bar, going to the next one, space bar, going to the other window, space bar. So it's just a bunch of that you might see quite a bit, like, going on to this perspective. See how it looks in 3D space. So we'll go ahead and get started. What we're gonna do is extract our faces of our model. So have your, this cube, for example. Go to your right click. You'll get this little menu bar of things here. All these settings here. While having your right click selected, I'm going to go ahead and drag it to any of these settings here. I'm going to choose face. So now it's giving me an opportunity to hover and highlight the faces I want. So I got these front faces selected. I want to select more faces. You have to hold shift, then click. When you hold shift, you get this little plus sign next to your mouse, and that lets you know that, hey, you're going to be selecting other faces at the same time. So go ahead and click it, and definitely be careful. You don't want to, have it then like drag and click, because what the dragging will do is select other faces. And you don't want that if you're going to be extracting, like pulling parts of this cube out, because it's going to mess up the other sides of this cube, because it's going to pull out other areas that you don't want. So definitely make sure you're just only clicking. Do not drag unless you intend to. So we're going to go ahead and just, shift and click. And that's it. So now we have that side selected. We're going to go to edit mesh and go ahead and click extrude. There's a hotkey for this, and it is Control E. But if you want to find it here on the settings here, go to your edit mesh, find extrude, and click extrude. And what it's going to do is give you a little square here, a cube, and an arrow. And what this is going to do is allow you to pull out that face. And when you're pulling out this face, it's creating more geometry, more memory onto this object here. So go ahead and show you how it looks in the side view and the front view. So for this, I want to look at the side view. Now that you have this selected here, this cube will do like a uniform increase that face when you hold and drag it out. There's other settings here you can use, but for now we're just gonna just go with just dragging it out, or increase the, I guess the dimensions here. To have other directions you want to use to move it out, you can go ahead and click on your move tool or press the W key for the right here, the W key for the hotkey. So I'll click W key to bring it out, or you can just click it, and now you can bring out all these different directions that you can move them in. And remember, we have the object X here on the symmetry selected, so when I'm actually going in my X axis, it's actually pulling on the other side because it's mirroring it. It's doing the mirror effect. So yeah, that's how I move it. And these little squares here allow you to move it in certain ways. So like this square here, that's between the Y and Z axis. It will allow you to move it in both those directions at the same time and not moving in the other axis like the Z. So you can see it's going up and down, but not going, this way. And same thing applies to, the square where it's moving the Y and Z axis, and the other one where it's the Z and X axis. You don't have to use them, but I like to use them sometimes. But definitely just use these for now. So for this character, I'm gonna go ahead and just, let's just say I'm gonna move it up here, right? Another thing you can also do is your rotate tool on faces. So, this right here, the rotate tool. You can also do hotkey for this is E. But yeah, we can go ahead and click on this, and we can actually start to angle the faces a little bit too. So those are what you can do when it comes to actually extruding out your character. So at least for my character, I want to go ahead and angle things better in this model. So quickly show you how I'm going to do it. To get your faces selected from your object, you want to go to right click, drag, and go to face, and have the face is selected. So again, I'll show you again. Click on your face, hold shift, brings out the little plus sign. Only click, do not drag, but simply click. Click it, make sure, let's look around the model, nothing else is selected, which is good. And we'll go ahead and go to mesh tool, edit mesh, and find extrude and click extrude. And like we talked about, you can go to your different angles, bring up your move tool, or click on the move tool, and you can just start to move it. So like these little squares I was talking about, it's in between my Y and Z axis, which is good because now I can just, freely move it in this area without it not affecting the X axis, which is, will look different here, right? So using the combination of your move and rotate tool, I'm gonna start to block out certain areas of this character. So I'm gonna, do this neck real quick. Again, while having these faces selected, assuming you do have them selected, I'm just gonna do again the extrude, edit mesh, extrude, and bring up my move tool and just start to build out the neck a little bit. And don't worry if it doesn't look correct, we can always get back to editing it later. So now you probably notice, hey, this doesn't exactly look like it's not matching the center of, you know, right here, the horn, the middle horn's not exactly matching the grid, like the middle of it. So, you know, I wouldn't stress too much on it. You can always definitely select your reference and try to, as best you can, just move it a little bit, have it match the middle of the grid here. That way, when you're modeling it, you know, everything's looking, you know, fairly close to your reference.